welcome to Polish with Ray. I'm Rachel and today I'm going to be sharing with you what I wore on my nails in January. So January was a month where I stayed in a lot. We had a lot of snow in January. We had some illness in my immediate family, so I was home frequently and constantly changing my manicure. Altogether, I wore 28 polishes in January, which is a lot. One of them was a Skittle. There were a few combos in there, but yeah, I was just changing my manicure like every couple days, and there was a lot I didn't like this past month. There were also, though, a lot that I absolutely loved, so I'm really excited to share them with you today. Overall, my vibe for like January manicures are polishes that feel like kind of dark and gloomy, like sometimes grays, dustier shades, blues. But I also wear a lot of like dark reds in January, just because garnet is January's birthstone and that is when my birthday falls. But really, I'll just try to find any excuse to wear a dark vampy red. But I did find myself reaching for some of the lighter shades and brighter shades on my rack. So yeah, we've got some interesting variety here. So if you haven't seen one of my what I wore videos before, we're gonna take a look at what I wore on my nails in January. First, we'll look at the polishes that I wore as pedicures, no pictures though. Then we'll look at all of the manicures from the month, starting with the ones that I liked okay, then the ones that I did not like, and then the ones at the end that I absolutely loved. So starting with pedicures first, the only pedicure that I wore in January was Bee's Knees Lacquer Written in the Stars. Written in the Stars has a creamy leaning periwinkle base with a glowing blue shimmer. It's so beautiful. I would love to see more like siblings or polishes in this finish from Bee's Knees Lacquer. It just has a really creamy leaning formula, so application is so smooth and easy. I will say the shimmer isn't like the most vibrant, attention grabbing shimmer. So from a distance, with this being a pedicure, I couldn't really enjoy the shimmer. It was a gorgeous color though. I thought it was a nice like kind of uplifting and refreshing shade for January. So I did enjoy wearing it, but I don't think I'll reach for it as a pedicure next time. Moving on to manicures now, starting with the ones that I just liked okay. The first comes from Cracked Polish and it is 23 Flavors. 23 Flavors is a red metallic shade. So I have seen this polish all over my feed for months, it seems like now. Through the holidays in December, a little bit in January, but a lot again now that we're in February for Valentine's Day. Everyone's swatches have looked so beautiful, but I didn't love this on me. I felt like I probably have something a little bit similar, and this particular shade of red leans just a little bit warm, and that's just not my favorite. The formula was great though. It was really easy to apply. It was super opaque. I just was ready to take it off, not super long after having it on. So I think honestly, I'm probably gonna de-stash this one. That breaks my heart a little bit because I know it is so loved by so many people, but I'm really trying to be picky and selective about how many polishes I have in my collection because space is limited. And then the other polish that I just liked okay is Mooncat's House of Hades. House of Hades has a purple base and it is jam-packed with gorgeous glowing cobalt blue flakies. So I initially had this in the I did not like it pile, but I moved it up to this stack of polishes that I just liked okay. The formula of this did not impress me. I've heard a lot of people, you know, hate on the formula. I didn't hate it. It wasn't terrible, but I did hope for more. It was just a little patchy still at 3 coats. I could see a little bit of my nail showing through, and when a color is this deep, to me that's like super obvious. It was a really beautiful color, and if I felt like I didn't have anything like it, I would consider keeping it because the flakes are gorgeous. I would probably end up layering it over a cream of some kind, like a purple base. I think it'd be gorgeous that way. But I did do a comparison with Bee's Knees Lacquer Ambition, which released in January's Bee's Knees Lacquer collection, I think, and they are pretty close. The only difference to me visually is the base color. This one has more of a purple base and Bee's Knees Lacquer Ambition has a blue base. I prefer blue over purple, so I decided to hang on to that one. It had a better formula anyway, and go ahead and de-stash this one. I'm kind of sad because again, this is like You know, a lot of people who love Mooncat, this is one of their favorite polishes. But I've seen a lot of people dislike this polish too, so I'm not super surprised to see it ending up in the D-stash. All right, and on to polishes that I did not like. There were quite a few this month. Like usually this category only has a polish or two. This month there are more. The first one comes from Glisten and Glow. This one's called Tinley Park at Dusk. This has a grayish purple base. It's dusty and deep, and it's got a shimmer that shifts purple to pink. So this one went in and out and in and out of my D-stash pile. I really thought I was gonna D-stash it for like a while, but every time I went to put it in that basket, I like looked at it and I was like, maybe I'd love it though. Because it reminded me of a Morgan Taylor that I wore last year and absolutely loved, called 100 Present Yes. Like the base color of that and this are very similar, but this has shimmer and I love shimmer. So I thought I would love this, but I didn't. The shimmer just isn't like the glowy kind. It's like larger particle or maybe even like super duper micro flakies. And so in bright lighting, it glowed and it looked gorgeous. But when I took it out of bright lighting, the shimmer was really subtle. It kind of just blended in with the base. And I thought to myself, wow, I bet I could create like something I liked a little bit more using that Morgan Taylor and a topper. So I am going to de-stash this. It had a good formula. It was easy to work with. I'm not crazy about these super dark dusty shades anyway, and I don't need this. Kind of a similar situation with the next one I didn't like. It comes from Ruby Lee and it's called Steady Love. Steady Love is a cream with a taupey, kind of purpley, pinky leaning color. So same thing with this one. It went in and out of the D-stash. I didn't really think I would like the color on me, but I really like the color. Like I think it's a really pretty shade. So I decided to give it a try. Didn't like it. Formula was great though. This one and the Glisten and Glow actually I got from PBE and their VIP bag. So I'm kind of working my way through those. And you know, with mysteries, for me anyway, they're hit or miss. You know, I feel like I know what kind of polishes I like. Neither of those polishes, this one or the Glisten and Glow, are ones that I would purchase for myself. They're just not colors I'm drawn to, but I wanted to give them a chance because that is a cool thing about mysteries is you get to try things you don't know if you're gonna like, and sometimes it ends up surprising you. This time it didn't. This color just didn't flatter my skin tone. I felt like it made my hands look a little bit dead, but the formula was great. If this brand is back at PBE next year, I wanna definitely shop some creams from them, but this one this color wasn't my favorite. And we have another one with kind of a similar base color. This one comes from Emily Damali. It's called Never Stood a Chance. This one has a taupey brown base and it has a shimmer that shifts blue to purple. It's got maybe a like aqua-y shift in there, and it is packed with silver holographic glitter. So this one was another example of beautiful, but just not on me. I bought this one though myself, and I purchased it thinking, wow, I've never seen anything like that. It's so unique and different. I couldn't get it off my mind. I finally like placed an order after pining after it for about 6 months because I was just afraid it was going to be discontinued and it would be a lemming. And then once I finally got it, it took me like a year or more to actually get it on my nails, and I was so let down. I did not like the base color, and something about the warm base with the blue purple shimmer, it just like, I kept staring at my nails and I was like, wow, this is really interesting. And every time I think something is like, instead of beautiful, I think it's like interesting, I like have to question if I am really enjoying that polish or if I can just admire the creativity the maker had when creating it. And this was that. Like, I think this combination of components is really unexpected, and I thought it was a cool polish, but I did not enjoy it on my nails, and I was happy to take it off, so I'm gonna de-stash it. 2 more in this didn't like category. The next is from Clionadh Cosmetics, and it is called Mystery Date. This one has a white base. It's got shimmer that shifts red to copper to gold. It has green metallic flakies. They might be blue. I think they're green though. And then some iridescent flakies too. So you all love this one over on Instagram. I got a lot of love on this polish when I posted it, and I was so surprised because I did not love it. I do love white in January. I love that it was white, and I love the green flakes, but I did not like the shimmer. When the shimmer shifted red, I thought that was really cool, but when it shifted to copper and gold, I didn't like it. And I've kind of realized that about myself, and it's helped convince me out of a few purchases that I've been tempted to make, that I don't like white bases with gold shimmer or really copper shimmer either. It's just not a combination I enjoy. And while I had it on, it actually reminded me of a polish that I already have from Glisten and Glow called Minty Fresh. That one is a flaky metallic crelly with metallic flakes in blue and green. They are way more packed in there than this one, but when I had this on my nails, I was just thinking, man, I wish I had on Minty Fresh instead. I like that one a lot more. So this one's gonna be destashed too. And then the final polish that I didn't like from January is like breaking my heart. Because it's one I sought after for so long and then was really disappointed that I didn't love. It comes from Cadillacquer. It's called Trolljegeren. This one has a light blue base. It's packed with matte sky blue glitters in a variety of different sizes, hex and micro. And then it has shimmer that shifts copper to gold to green. Oh yeah, so this released in 2021. I kind of like, it was on my lemming list for years and years and years, and then I finally came across it in a destash in 2024. So I snatched it up, I was so excited, and then when I got it on my nails in January, I was like, oh, I don't like this shade of blue on me. It was so disappointing because I'd wanted it for so long, and it's a gorgeous polish. Like on the swatch wheel, I love it. In the bottle, I love it. But this warmer tone of blue, I just, I don't know what it was. I did not like it. I don't know that I've ever had anything exactly in this color, but I wasn't fond of how it looked on me. And then it also has like the gold copper shimmer. I've got something going on with that right now where it's not for me. So I'll be destashing this one too, unfortunately, and I know now not to buy warm light blues like this. And on to manicures that I absolutely loved. There were so many. There were so many in January. The first one comes from Jen & Berries, and this one's called Eat Glass. Eat Glass has a light periwinkle base with these gorgeous green and blue and gold. Well, maybe not gold. They look kind of platinum. Glass flakes, and then it also has some black flakes in there too. Oh my goodness. See, this is the kind of light blue I need to add more of to my collection. Like these cool periwinkle shades. Oh, it just felt like a cool drink of water. It was refreshing and fun, and it was an instant mood booster when this was on my nails. The glass flakes were fantastic. They are those like super duper shiny, like almost see-through stained glass kind of flakes. They're gorgeous. And then there are just like a sprinkling, like a dusting of the black flakes in here too, which added some extra interest and dimension. This is actually the first time I've worn a Jen & Berries polish. They're also a brand that will be at PBE this upcoming year, I believe. So I'll have to make sure to grab more from them because I was blown away by this shade. It was so beautiful. We'll just keep going with the blues. The next one is from Bluebird Lacquer, and it's called Winter is So Chill. Winter is So Chill is a cobalt blue base. It's got shimmer that shifts red to copper to gold and scattered hollow flakies. So this just needs to be like a default winter polish for me. Like I'm not sure what to put on. So put on this. This is a beautiful color. It was fully opaque in 2 coats, had a wonderful formula, so smooth, easy to work with, and the color just packed a punch. I was a little thrown off because I typically go for like duskier blues in January, but I need to stop that because I don't think I like them that much. Like I feel like they're so fitting for the season, but I put them on my nails and I never enjoy them. But anyway, this polish is fabulous. Great formula. The contrast between the blue base and the red shimmer, pinky shimmer, it's so pretty. This is another one I've seen in my feed a lot this season, and I'm just really glad to have it in my collection. It was a mood boosting polish too. And then there was one more blue mani that I loved in January. Well, it's kind of blue. It was a combo. As a base, I wore Sassy Sauce Polish, Secrets and Scandals, and then I topped it with ILNP My Private Rainbow X. So Secrets and Scandals is described as a black when cold thermal with glowy blue shimmer and blue to black UCC flakies. When it warms up, it becomes like a kind of grayish white color. And then ILNP My Private Rainbow X is a gorgeous scattered holographic topper. So this was one of my favorite manicures of the month. It's like maybe going on the list for favorites of the year, but I just think when we get to summer and those bright polishes start to come out, this one's not going to be like up there with them. But oh my goodness, it's beautiful. I haven't worn a thermal in a while. I feel like I wear one thermal a year. But I need to make a conscious effort to get more Sassy Sauce thermals on my nails because they are just wondrous. They transition really easily. I feel like they last a good long time, and the components in this one were so beautiful. I run a little warm because I wear lots and lots of layers, and like I said in January, I wasn't leaving the house. So I got to see this in its warm state most of the time, but my nails were longer, so I did get to see kind of that ombre effect a little bit, and oh, it was so, so pretty. When it warms up and it becomes that like whitish color and you can see those UCC flakes, it's just stunning. And it says a lot to me that I swatched this in December and then chose to wear it again in January as a full manicure. Like, I never do that. And then I topped it this time with a hollow topper because everything's better with hollow. And I reached for ILNP My Private Rainbow X. I have a lot of hollow toppers and I'm just trying to like cycle through them, show them all enough love. And this one's fabulous. It is one of my favorite hollow toppers in my collection. It just seamlessly blends into whatever base you put it on top of. Like, it looks like it was part of the polish, like it was part of the Sassy Sauce polish. It doesn't look like a topper. The holographic is really bright and noticeable too. Yeah, I loved this combo. The next mani that I loved is one from Bee's Knees Lacquer, and it's Arcana. Arcana is a magnetic polish. The base is red to gold, and then the magnetic pigment is blue to purple. So this one I went back and forth about purchasing for a while, and then I finally grabbed it. I wasn't sure I'd like it because of all the purple in there, but I should have known. Like, this is one of those polishes, regardless of your preferences. If you like saturated colors, deeper saturated jewel tone shades and magnetics, you will love this. It's just so shifty, and the contrast between the shifts, sometimes you see red, gold, blue, purple. It looks like 4 different polishes in one. And when the magnetic pigment hits the light, oh wow. I left this on for quite a few days and just never got tired of it. Like, it was one of those polishes I could have put on again because it was just so stunning. Yeah, I definitely need to try to pick up more magnetic polishes from Bee's Knees Lacquer, especially the ones that are more opaque, because they have some really creative magnetic shades. Another like jewel tone kind of manicure that I wore, kind of reminded me of Garnet's, was a combo. As a base, I wore Cracked Polish Situationship, and then I topped it with Penelope Luz Hot Wine. Situationship has a dark burgundy base and then red to black shifting multi-chrome shimmer. And then Penelope Luz Hot Wine has a red to black multi-chrome base. It has red to black multi-chrome flakes and then gold holographic glitter. So I didn't go into this manicure planning to layer them. I wore the Cracked on its own for a day, and then I wasn't a fan of it. I know. And then I added Penelope Luz Hot Wine after that. I just think with the Cracked polish, if you've not tried many red to black multi-chrome polishes, then it's gonna feel really unique and different. But for me, I have a lot. And I've had a lot of red to black multi-chrome polishes, like probably over 20. So I feel like the red to black multi-chromes that wow me now are ones that have like a little something extra in them. And that was what Penelope Luz Hot Wine was. So the Cracked Situationship, it was pretty. It didn't have like, I have no complaints. The formula was maybe a little bit patchier than I was expecting, but it wasn't bad. But when I layered Hot Wine, that's when I got like, wow. Because this was going from like didn't like it or just liked it okay to favorite manicure of the month. Like, it is one of my favorite manicures of the year. I just thought Penelope Luz Hot Wine just like, it blew my mind. Cause you got the shifts, I think it was thanks to those red to black multi-chrome flakes, you get the shifts with this polish all the time. Bright lighting, lower lighting, you can always see those red to black multi-chrome flakes shifting. And it wasn't just black to red, you get copper and almost like gold, like they are super duper shifty. And then the addition of the gold holographic. This was just vampy and sparkly and shifty and stunning. I'm so happy I finally got around to wearing Penelope Luz Hot Wine because it's been living in my head for like a little bit over a year now. Like, I need to get that on my nails. And I have, and it just, oh, it's a good one. For my birthday, I had to wear a gorgeous garnet shade. This one comes from Bee's Knees Lacquer and it is Familia as Familia. Familia as Familia is a garnet red base. It has shimmer that shifts red to copper to gold to green, and it has holographic flakes. So this was my birthday manicure last year, and I decided to rewear it this year because I loved it so much, and I've decided it will be my birthday mani every year until I run out. It's a garnet base. It's perfect for January. It's perfect for a January baby, and it just feels vampy and sophisticated, but still fun because of all the shifts in the shimmer. Most of the time I felt like I got a really dark red base, like kind of my shirt, and then a glowing red shimmer head on. It was so dimensional and interesting. And then the added hollow flakes, it was sparkly and it was just perfect. This is one of my favorite Bee's Knees Lacquer Lion siblings. I think it's a sibling, but I absolutely love this on my nails. I would wear it every day. I love this polish. And one more dark and vampy shade in January, that was Shleee Polish's Along Came a Radioactive Spider. This one has a black jelly base and it's loaded with rainbow iridescent flakies and silver holographic glitter. So I actually layered this over one coat of KB Shimmer Total Eclipse, which is a one coat black. I did one coat of Total Eclipse and then 2 coats of Along Came a Radioactive Spider. The finished result was beautiful. Beautiful. I feel like I had a lot of angst. A lot of like frustration in January, and I just channeled it into my nails, and this was like giving me everything I was feeling inside. The rainbow flakies are so gorgeous in here. Like, you truly get a ton of colors, especially pink, and y'all know I love pink. And then the sparkle and the holographic glitter, it was just beautiful. It actually reminded me though of a polish that I wore in December for New Year's, Clionadh Cosmetics Soot and Sugar. That one is really similar except for it has fewer flakes. They're a little bit smaller and it has more sparse silver holographic glitter. Sorry, it has more sparse gold holographic glitter. So I did like a side by side and thought about it, and I think I'm gonna destash the Clionadh even though I really loved that one. I just liked this one more and I would like to prioritize wearing this. But yeah, there's nothing to complain about with this polish. I loved it. It made me so happy. I decided to start my Valentine's colors a little bit early and finished up January with this beautiful Cuticula called Damsel in this dress. This one has a bright, cool toned pink base, purple to pink shifting shimmer. Oh, maybe it shifts like a purple to pink to copper. Ooh, and linear holographic. Oh, this polish, again, just made me smile. It's such a gorgeous pink for winter. I always struggle picking pinks for winter because my favorite kind of pink is like a bright pink, but neon pink in winter, I've never tried that, but I'm not ready for that. And even super bright like bubblegum pink, that's not usually what I reach for in the winter time. But since this one has such a cool undertone, it felt perfect for the chilly weather, and it just made me so happy. We had a random super sunny warm day, and so I decided to reach for this, and I was like, man, why don't I hear this polish talked about more? It had a great formula. It was fully opaque in 2 coats. The linear holographic is stunning, and the base color is just, it's perfect. All right, we have another favorite of the year. As a base, I wore Cert Colors Lilac Jelly, then I topped it with Ethereal Lacquer Either Dragon and finished off the look with Polish for Days Crystalline Diamond Top Coat. So Cert Colors Lilac Jelly is a lilac jelly. Ethereal Lacquer Either Dragon has a light pinky purple base. It's super duper sheer and shimmer that shifts blue to green. And then Polish for Days Crystalline Diamond Top Coat is a top coat that contains holographic flakes. So I knew I wanted to wear Ethereal Lacquer Ether Dragon. I didn't want to lose the squishy factor, but I had to layer it over something because when polishes have that kind of yellowy tint to the base when they're super sheer, I can't stand them. And I wanted to love this polish so bad. The shimmer is fabulous. All the pictures I've seen just like, oh, I had to find a way to make it work. So I pulled a ton of my Cert Colors jellies and tried it out over a lot of different ones. And I almost went with a pink jelly, but I decided to do this purple because I felt like it matched the base a little bit better. It just made for a more like impactful, saturated look. That pairing was perfection. Oh, because I still got the squishiness from the jelly base. Ethereal Lacquer looked really light and airy. I think I did 2 coats of lilac jelly and then 1 coat of Ether Dragon, and the glow was ridiculous. I've never seen anything like it. This shimmer in this Ethereal Lacquer, it just blew me away. I'm already planning to wear it again. I think I'm gonna put it on my spring rack after I finish it with this video because honestly, this is a polish I would love to wear every single year, multiple times a year. I loved it that much. But I don't think I'll ever wear it on its own. I'll always want to layer it over something. And I hadn't tried Polish for Days Crystalline Diamond Top Coat on an actual manicure. So I decided to try it out over this one because hollow makes everything better, right? I don't think I agree with that in this case. I kind of wish I would have just put on a regular top coat because I felt like the holographic flakes in there just kind of distracted from the seamlessness of that glowy shimmer. So if I redid this manicure, and I will be redoing it, but when I redo this manicure, I will do just a regular top coat and let the shimmer speak for itself. It's beautiful enough not to need any hollow on top of it. Either way, this manicure was so stunning. I couldn't get enough of it. 3 more. Next is Mooncat Head in the Clouds. Head in the Clouds has a light gray base with shimmer that is blue. So this is a really simple polish, right? Gray base or almost white base with a blue shimmer. On paper doesn't sound super remarkable, but it was. It had a great formula, fully opaque in 3 coats, and was just really easy to apply. No patchiness, it was awesome. I didn't expect to love this much because I feel like I've got some stuff that's similar. Probably the most similar thing I have is Wildflower Lacquer Moonstone, but I have a number of like light white, light gray polishes with blue shimmers, most of the time with hollow flakes, sometimes with a shifting shimmer. So I thought maybe I won't like this as much as I do in my mind. Nope. Loved it. It was gorgeous. I'm keeping it. I'll be wearing it again. It's a different effect without the holographic, and in my opinion, it's a little bit more opaque than Wildflower Lacquer Moonstone, so it kind of has a different overall effect. Up next is another combo. As a base, I wore OPI Funny Bunny. I topped it with Polish Molish Finding Home, and then finished it off with Mooncat Moondust. OPI Funny Bunny is a white Crelly polish. Polish Molish Finding Home is a flaky topper that has these gorgeous metallic flakes. Sometimes they look blue, sometimes they look silver, and sometimes they look rose gold. And then Mooncat Moondust is a very fine scattered hollow topper. Wow, I'm realizing I put the scattered hollow toppers to work. In January, I wore 3 of them. That's wild. But this manicure was gorgeous. It was what I decided to put on when we had a really, really big snow for our area. It was like, 7-8 inches of snow. So I wanted a snowy manicure, and this felt so snowy. The Polish Molish was on my winter rack, and I couldn't decide how to wear it. I just couldn't find a way to use it as a topper that I loved. But sandwiching it in between coats of Funny Bunny, was amazing. I think I did 1 coat of Polish for Days Soft Focus base coat in the shade Snow, and then a layer of Finding Home from Polish Molish, and then a layer of OPI Funny Bunny, and then dry brushed on a little bit more of Polish Molish Finding Home before finishing it with Mooncat Moondust. It was a lot of layers, but I actually didn't get any like scrunching or dents or anything because I worked in thinner coats and I started with a tinted base coat. But anyway, yeah, this manicure was just giving snow, ice. It was really chilly, and the flakes in the Polish Molish were incredible. I have no other toppers like this. And then I loved Mooncat Moondust too. It was really fine and just gave a really soft sparkle. Funny Bunny though, I think I'm probably gonna reach for it again this season. I need to sandwich everything with this. I love how a jelly sandwich looks with Funny Bunny. And the final manicure that I wore in January was a Skittle. They were all Bluebird lacquer polishes and all like silvery, scattered hollow, shattered hollow. I think shattered hollow with shifty shimmer polishes. On my thumb and pointer finger, I wore Bluebird Lacquer Foul Play, which is a silver with shattered holographic, and the shimmer shifts red to copper to gold to green. On my middle finger, I wore Bluebird Lacquer Chloride the Lightning, silver base, shattered holographic, but this one shifts gold to green to blue. On my ring finger, I wore Bluebird Lacquer I'm So Over Jordan Catalano, silver base, shattered holographic, and shimmer that shifts green to blue to purple. And then on my pinky, I wore Bluebird Lacquer Best Budgies. This one has a silver base with shattered holographic and shimmer that shifts blue to purple to almost pink. So I've been craving doing like a silver similarly based Skittle for years with varying shifting shimmers, like a rainbow of shifting shimmers. I've seen mostly people do it with Bee's Knees lacquer polishes, either their I Will Devour All of You, those polishes, or with the lemon siblings. But I don't know why. I really wanted to do it with my Bluebird lacquers and it was so pretty. I'm like still recovering from how hard I fell for this manicure. It was another one I wore when we just had a lot of snow and it was so cold outside. My daughter and I were playing and I had to take my gloves off to like enjoy it in the sun. Oh, it was just so sparkly. I love a Bluebird Lacquer Shattered Hollow, but these silver ones are wonderful. They just really allow the shimmer to shine, and the hollow flakies are so rainbowy. Yeah, I love these. I hope 2025 brings more shattered hollows from Bluebird Lacquer. So those are all the polishes that I wore in January. Let me know down in the comments what you think of my manicures and what is February bringing. We are well into February and I foresee in February Valentine's Day colors all month long. I love my reds and my pinks and my whites, purples too. Or I've been loving them lately, and I just think I'm gonna wear those like all month. I might deviate from that just a little bit, but I think if I can stick to pink and purple and white and red, I'm gonna like love so many February manicures. But I hope your January was great and your February's off to a wonderful start. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!